Alright, looks like I got enough time to talk and rant. What's shaking, everybody? It's your boy, King of the Golden State. Figure I'd throw in a couple of thoughts before I pass out and get ready for the next day. Haven't seen too much talk about it, and maybe it's getting tired. But, today's February 6th, and February 6th is the anniversary of Jack Kirby's death. And I want to say it was 1994 he passed away. I didn't see too many videos about that, or anything really. No tributes or nothing. I mean, I saw a post or something here and there, but nothing. I mean, I saw a lot of Hall videos too. I mean, look, I do Hall videos. I'm guilty of it too. But I mean, it's nothing wrong with honoring past legends who passed away. And it's kind of cool. I mean, just thinking about it. Like he's one of your favorite influences to look up to, and it's kind of cool. So, for those who aren't familiar with Jack Kirby and only heard of him, like for me, I got into the Jack Kirby game like late, the Jacob Kurtzberg game late. So, like it was like I think my fourth year collecting comics, fourth or fifth year, and I never really was familiar with Jack Kirby until I want to say 94. That was pretty much when he walked out the door, because he passed away in 94 if I recall, and he was doing a lot of work with artists who just were looking to get in the work with him, like say the Image Group, like say Rob Liefeld, Mark Silvestri, Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, what have you, Eric Larson. They did a lot of inking work for. I think he did a thing called Phoenix Force, and he only did Phoenix Force for like an issue, and the rest was done by somebody else. And I need to actually pick that up if I can find it. It's like I think it's very cheap now, so I mean it's nothing special. But for those who aren't really familiar with Jack Kirby, whether male, female, who collect comic books and such, my offer to you is to get familiar with Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby, he is up there with Stan Lee, if not past Stan Lee, because maybe some people disagree when I say this, or maybe some people will agree. Jack Kirby is a reason why Stan Lee exists. Might find that weird hearing that coming out of my mouth, but Jack Kirby has put a lot of pencils to a lot of your favorite books back in the day. A lot of my favorite books. Fantastic Four being one of them. X-Men. I mean, if you like the X-Men, you probably should have at least one issue of something that Jack Kirby did. Whether it's X-Men or whether it's anything he's done. The Demon. Oh, shit. Hang on. Excuse me. Look for this at your local comic shop. I picked this up about a couple months ago. It's Jack Kirby's work on the Demon, and I'm not sure what else, but yeah, he did a great artistic run on that, and definitely one of the best storytellers around. So I mean, like stuff like this. I mean, Jack Kirby is like a major influence in the game of comic books, man. I mean, like ask anybody. He's done stuff like with OMAC. Hell, he's done some odd shit like this. Look at that. That's some odd shit right there. but he's just a really good artist. I mean, I think a lot of people's neck or issues with Kirby sometimes was like sometimes he draws like a male and females all the same. But you hear that same thing said about J. Scott Campbell. Not saying J. Scott Campbell's Jack Kirby, but you hear all that, from people like who criticize Campbell. And, like Kirby is, I still believe Kirby is king, and he's done a lot of titles. Pick this book up, Jack Kirby Pencils and Inks. It's by IDW, and yeah, if you read that, boom. So Really, really good book. It's only like $30 or something. No, sorry, $50, but it's worth your money. Yeah, Kirby, like back in the day, man, he did like Thor. He did everything except Spider-Man, and that was done by Ditko. And I think honestly, without Kirby being around, I think you really don't have a Stan Lee. Like I think Stan Lee is, I think Stan Lee's stuck on this planet, and I love Stan Lee, but I think Stan Lee sold his soul and he's stuck on this planet because, God, the guy's 94 years old, and Jack Kirby died like 20, 25, almost 25 years ago. You know, and Kirby was like somewhere in the 70s or something like that. And, yeah. Think about whatever he's done. He's done New Gods, he's done Demon, he's done OMAC, Command, I think it's Commandy, I think it's pronounced Commandy, Avengers, X-Men, the list goes on and fucking on. Phantom Force, he did one issue, and the rest was done by whomever. And Barrow was done by Image. He did. If you want, here's the thing. If you're a new collector, male, female, if you're a new collector and you're looking to jump into like Jack Kirby, you don't want to spend like crazy money or whatever. Get late issues of stuff that late parts of runs that Jack Kirby has done, like say later issues of a Fantastic Four run or an X-Men run, which would be kind of difficult, or Topps. He did a couple issues of Topps, which is now defunct because Topps Comics don't even exist anymore. So you could find stuff like Victory he did by Topps Comics. Phantom Force goes for like $2 or $3. You can find that for an issue. It's like the first issue, but it doesn't look very good when you have like Liefeld or McFarlane or Lee inking it. It just doesn't look right. Yeah. New Gods. He did Sandman, not Vertigo Sandman, but like Sandman, like a hero Sandman. Captain America. Hell, certain on my head. You can find later issues of that, or just so you can find them in trade. Yeah, I mean, if you're a comic collector, whether you're new or old, you don't have any kind of Jack Kirby stuff in your collection, just start. You know, he is one of those pioneers who's pretty much the reason why he's one of the reasons why you probably love Jim Lee a lot. You know, he's a big reason why you love Stan Lee. So, yeah, I don't want to say happy anniversary to the death of Jack Kirby or whatever. That sounds weird, but you know, a day like this, you know, I mean, you think about it and you say, you know what? If you don't have these books or anything by Jack Kirby, you should probably go look for it. Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I didn't feel terrible when he passed away, but it's like one of those things where it's like, man, it sucks because I just started getting into him, you know, as far as like his artwork goes. And yeah, it was just disappointing when I was a kid. I think I was like 16, 15 years old, and reading about him in the comic shop news passing away, and I was like, oh shit, he actually has some really good stuff, and it started out pretty well too. But yeah, you know, I mean, definitely go look for it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, look, when I say, you know, I don't see any videos about people not posting anything about Jack Kirby's, you know, like the anniversary of Jack Kirby's death. You don't have to do it every year. It's just one of those things where I just, you know, I'm not trying to like give people shit for it. I'm just saying this is one of the things I noticed where it's like, you know, not many people recognize Jack Kirby very much anymore. It's all about, and it's not, you know, it's all about Stan Lee. You know, and I like Stan Lee. I like those people, John Romita, Stan Lee, and what have you. But you know, it's a lot of people who go to cons who are like looking for a Stan Lee autograph. If you go to a con, just pick up a Jack Kirby book. And just bypass the Stan Lee line. He's got enough carpal tunnel. So, just yeah, that's it. I wish I had more. I just you know, it was one of my usual rants later on at night, having a beer. You know, brought to you in part by Blue Moon. But yeah, like I said, next time you go to a con and you have an idea of wanting to go to a Stan Lee line, do yourself a favor. Skip the Stan Lee line, go to a comic booth, and fork down some cash and get yourself any book by Jack Kirby. Just any book. Just ask the dealer, hey, what book you have by Jack Kirby? It doesn't matter. Make sure that he's done the interiors too, because later in his career he did a lot of covers. But that's about it, guys. If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. You know, which means like, comment. You know, let's talk about this a little bit. I don't mind starting a dialogue. And if you haven't subscribed, fucking subscribe, man. Fucking subscribe. What the fuck's your problem? You know? I mean, I'm too old for this shit. No, I'm kidding. Hey, do what you want. And, hey, at least watch the video. And, I'm going to get some sleep after I finish this. Peace.